What's up, everybody? This is a video that I've been meaning to do for, I don't know, maybe weeks, possibly even months. But I always have other ideas that come up. I kind of jump on the ideas that grab me the most. I actually have some other things that I have in mind that I want to work on as well, but I was really feeling this concept, so I went with it. And yeah, this is going to focus on my favorite YouTube channels. So I do want to give some quick notes before I get into this. First of all, I'm going to name just some of the channels I watch the most, and this is not in any particular order, but these are channels that I watch and that I enjoy on a regular basis. Also, I'm not going to really focus on channels that are similar to mine in terms of content, because I am friends with a lot of people that do videos similar to mine, and if I leave anybody out, then there'll be some hurt feelings and some questions as to why they weren't included. I just don't even want to go down that road. So I'm really focusing on channels that are, not very similar to my own. Also, I do want to be clear that many of the channels that I watch, they are not geared towards a younger audience. They're definitely geared towards mature viewers, even with all the changes going on with YouTube and how, a lot of people have tried to clean up their act to make sure that they get ad revenue. Still, I'm putting it out there that a lot of these channels, I'm not saying that they're for everybody. And, even without the content as far as the language, still, some of these channels may not be for everybody. These are just channels that I personally am a fan of. So let's go ahead and get into the list.
Hey, I'm Grump, I'm not so Grump, and we're the Game Grumps.
The main thing that really drew me into watching YouTube as much as I do, to where I watch it now more than I watch television, more than I watch, streaming and movies, is really video games. I got into watching basically playthroughs of video games that I knew I wouldn't really play myself, and then also videos that just had a lot of humor in them. Even though people were playing video games, sometimes the humor would come from what's going on in the game, but sometimes it's just people telling funny stories and just goofing around while they play a game. And yeah, I ended up coming across Game Grumps actually because of the PT demo. When that demo dropped, which was essentially a demo for Silent Hills, a game that unfortunately we won't see made, there were a lot of people playing that demo, and I really wanted to check it out and see how other people were reacting to the scares and everything. And I just happened to come across the Game Grumps, and I became like an instant fan of theirs, to the point where now I watch them on a daily basis. And they really do crank out the videos. They do videos twice a day. So yeah, they're definitely very consistent. And I do mainly like their YouTube videos. They have some other ventures that they're into, including music, and they actually have a YouTube Red series called Good Game, and they have a lot of other things going on as well. But for me, it's mainly about their YouTube videos with Game Grumps. Now, I will say, definitely not a perfect channel. When you're putting out that high a volume of videos, they will have some videos where they're not as funny as they are in other videos. They may have some videos where they may go with easy jokes, some jokes that are very crude at times. But when they are really funny, I mean, it just makes it all worth it. And I really like the rapport between them, because they are best friends, Dan and Aaron. And really, Aaron is the guy that got it all started. He's very well known amongst the YouTube community, to the point where there are a lot of channels that just focus on Game Grumps. They're not even really affiliated with Game Grumps, but they've centered themselves all around Game Grumps, so yeah, these guys are really very entertaining. And like I said, I watch them on a daily basis. And I'm gonna play one little quick clip. I'll be honest, it was tough to find a clip that didn't have any cussing going on in it, but this is a little silly joke that some people may be familiar with the joke, but Aaron was able to pull it off on Dan. Dan hadn't heard it before, and I thought it was pretty funny.
I just remembered what's up here. Wait, where? Wait, how do I?
Is it up, dog?
What the H? Oh, there it is, glasses. Boom!
Is it?
Now I can see the secret thing, and get my football helmet? Thank you.
Oh wow, is that up, dog?
Thank you so much.
Ow!
Is that?
Dude, was there up dog in there?
What are you talking about? I don't know what up dog is.
Up dog?
What are you saying?
Oh, it's up dog.
What is up dog? Oh god. Well, aren't you proud of yourself? Oh my god, that's the happiest I've ever seen you. I have never in my life ever gotten that to work. What is up, Doc? Oh, well, I hope you are proud.
As far as numbers go on YouTube, and I'm talking about subscriber numbers and view numbers and watch time, all of that goes, I think video games still pretty much are #1 on YouTube as far as I know. But then, you know, with reaction channels pull in some really good numbers as well. And my favorite reactor, the one that I watch consistently, is Tyrone Magnus. Been a big fan of his for a while. I actually don't remember when I started watching his channel exactly, or how long it's been. Probably as long as I've been watching Game Grumps, if not even longer though. But actually I think it may have been even before Game Grumps. But yeah, he's a great reactor because he actually does react. I mean, you know, to be honest, there are some reaction channels where people are just kind of watching the video and they're not really reacting much. You can't say that about Tyrone Magnus. He really does get into it, and he's definitely a nerd, you know, and he's not afraid to express that. You know, he's very much into comic books, Marvel, DC. I think he leans towards DC more because he really likes Superman especially. He's also very big on Star Wars and Dragon Ball, and yeah, he's into all of that. So it's very cool, especially when he's doing anything that's nerd related, to hear his reaction. And he does react to movie trailers, video games, Dragon Ball episodes. You know, he does some of everything, and that is very cool. So and I do like also that, unlike some reactors, he makes sure that he shouts out the original videos and the, you know, the original channels, and he does try to promote them. That's one thing that gets a little bit dicey about reactors, is sometimes it seems like they're just taking other people's content, you know, but I don't really get that vibe from Tyrone Magnus. He really is trying to promote these other channels. One thing that's cool also is when I look in the background of his videos now, I get to see a figure that I sent his way. I had a friend of mine do a custom Funko Pop figure of Tyrone Magnus as Superman, so he actually does have that sitting up on a shelf, and that is pretty cool to see that sitting in the background. So yeah, Tyrone Magnus, who is over 1 million subscribers strong, I definitely am a big fan of his. Still watch him on a regular basis.
How can this be? I don't understand. I'm a super elite. That does it. That's it. This planet is history. Hear me, Kakarot? You're finished.
I'll go ahead and let you all know I'm not going to play clips all the way through this video. I just wanted to play a couple there. Really for Game Grumps and Tyrone Magnus, because those probably are the channels I watch the most. But yeah, let's go ahead and move on here. So Hodge Twins actually have 3 different channels on YouTube, which is kind of crazy to think about. But you know, all their channels seem to be doing pretty well. Now their content can be pretty crazy, even though they have tried to, you know, to clean it up some. Still, yeah, the things that they say can be kind of off the wall, but I enjoy it. And they do have I think Twin Muscle is the channel, which I think it used to be a workout channel. I don't really know if that's still the main focus anymore. They have Ask Hodge Twins, which they do give advice to people. Maybe not always the best advice, but they still get a lot of humor out of it, and that is pretty funny. You know, it's just, I mean, with them being twins and being so close as brothers, they you know, they just vibe. Obviously, they vibe off of each other really well. And like I said, you know, the jokes do get kind of racy at times, but yeah, it's still very fun, even with them trying to clean it up. And they do have a website as well, which they started, which I think is like $3 a month. And, you know, that's for people to see their videos completely unedited. And that's really to help them out financially. And that's something else that I appreciate about these guys. They really do know how to hustle, you know, basically how to market themselves, you know, and they are actually stand-up comedians as well, and they've been touring on a regular basis. So yeah, they really do know how to promote themselves and market themselves. They have a shop that has basically a lot of t-shirts, a lot of wearables, also some things that'll help you with your workout, basically creatine type stuff, you know. So yeah, these guys, they got a lot going on, and I happen to think they're very funny. I know they're not everybody's cup of tea, and they do shock people sometimes, but I still think they're pretty funny, and again, I do watch them on a regular basis. So All Def Digital was I believe founded by Russell Simmons, which is not a surprise because Russell Simmons has really done a lot for comedy. He's, you know, the man behind Def Comedy Jam, of course. So I think he's done probably as much for comedy as he has for hip hop, and that's saying a lot, you know. But All Def Digital has a lot of very funny comedians doing all types of videos together. Their most popular series is probably the dad jokes, or if you laugh you lose type challenges, where it's really bad jokes. I mean, they're not good jokes, but still the way they deliver sometimes, it gets people to laugh, and it's basically like a challenge with them going back and forth. And then some people will react to them, like Tyrone Magnus has reacted to some of those you laugh you lose challenges as well, which is pretty cool. But then they have some other videos that I like also, like the Great Taste series, where they basically talk about like what's the best Girl Scout cookie. That's one they did recently. Or what's the best cereal, what's the best 90s comedy you know, television show, those types of things. And everybody gets up one by one and kind of makes their case, and it's pretty funny. I also like the the movie reviews done by Tony Baker. I was about to say his name early, but yeah, Tony Baker is really funny too. That's definitely a comedian to watch, in my opinion. That guy is hilarious. And they also do reaction videos as well. So there is a lot going on with All Def Digital. They used to do a daily news video as well, which I really do miss that series. I wish they would bring it back, but you know, the content they have going right now is really good. Another standout comedian from All Def Digital is Kev On Stage, and Kev On Stage has his own channel as well, which is really a funny channel, and he does upload on a regular basis. It seems like he uploads at least one video daily, and he will sometimes address craziness in the news or just talk about things going on with within his family. He is a family man. Something else that's very cool about Kev On Stage is that because of his religious background, he does keep it clean on his channel, so you can actually check out his videos without having to worry about turning the volume down, basically. But yeah, Kev On Stage, he is pretty hilarious. Now, as far as movie reviewers are concerned, I'm putting Jeremy Jahns and Chris Stuckman here together on the screen. I'm not putting one above the other. I think they both deliver in their own ways. With Jeremy Jahns, great sense of humor, and if you want just a quick review to let you know basically whether or not you should go check out a movie, then I think his reviews work very well. Chris Stuckman, I think he tends to go more in depth, and he really does break down movies sometimes, but he does also have a great sense of humor as well. He has one of my favorite series on YouTube, which is called his Hilariosity Reviews, where he basically breaks down everything wrong with bad movies, and I just love that series. So yeah, Jeremy Jahns and Chris Stuckman, like I said, I cannot put one above the other. I think both of these guys are great at what they do. They definitely deserve the success that they have. I think they're both worth checking out. As far as Jeremy Jahns is concerned, I am going to mention him again later on within this video. Now, Angry Joe, you know, some people are not so crazy about Angry Joe, and then some people really do love what he does. I definitely appreciate what he does. I think he has some of the best game reviews on YouTube, and it takes him a while to do them sometimes because he does put some production value behind them, you know, which is fine with me because I'm really not that type of person that has to go out and grab a game day one. You know, sometimes I will kind of wait and see what you know, critics are saying and what gamers are thinking about it. So I'm fine with waiting on his reviews. There are some people that have given him some grief at times about not putting out reviews fast enough, but he can't really crank out those type of reviews. He puts a lot of work into them. I also like how blunt he is, and with a name like Angry Joe, I mean, you can expect that sometimes, but I'm glad he doesn't play up that angle too much. I mean, there are definitely times when he genuinely does get angry, like, you know, the issues that he's had with Nintendo, who really seems to kind of target his channel. You know, I think is justified when he does get angry, and he really calls out things that gamers should be upset about. So, you know, it's kind of weird when some people get upset about him calling out some of the things that game companies do. I feel like they should be right along with him, because it is affecting you as a gamer as well. But, you know, there are some people that are drinking the Kool-Aid, just really buying into all the nonsense that these companies try to force on us. But yeah, I'm a 100%, you know, behind Angry Joe. Well, actually, let me take that back. I'm about 90% behind Angry Joe, because I'm not actually a fan of his movie reviews. And the reason why is because he does have a habit of, even though he has other people reviewing the movies with him, he cuts them off constantly, you know, which is kind of a bad habit. So not super crazy about his movie reviews. I do like his trailer reactions at least, but yeah, it's mainly about his game reviews. They are very solid. Like I said, some of the best on YouTube. Mr. Gigi, I've been watching Mr. Gigi for several months now. Not even exactly sure how long it's been. I don't know if it's been quite a year yet, but I'm really getting into his channel, and the main centerpiece of his channel is the Predator Chronicles, which is actually based off of To Catch a Predator. So he goes back over these episodes and he breaks them down, and I've always said that series was very unintentionally funny, even though it's a very serious, you know, subject. But you know, the way that Mr. Gigi breaks them down, he adds even more humor into it. And I noticed also he's been talking a lot about wanting to do other things with his channel, and I see him doing that at times. He's done some excellent movie reviews. Hope he does more of those. And he's also done breakdowns on things that are going on with YouTube. So yeah, Mr. Gigi, I think his channel is going to continue to grow. The guy is very funny, putting out great content, and I actually support him on Patreon as well, and I'm glad to support him. Now, as far as rappers go, there are a lot of rappers now that have YouTube channels, because I really like where rap is right now. That, well, not in terms of all the content necessarily, but I do like the fact that rappers don't have to rely on labels quite so much, that they can go to SoundCloud and YouTube and build an audience from there. You know, that is a very cool thing to see. And my favorite rapper right now, I'm just going to have to go in and say, is Joyner Lucas. Normally, I don't like to say I have a certain favorite rapper at any given time, but, you know, other than, of course, Notorious B.I.G., you know, when he was alive and even after he was alive. But yeah, for the moment right now, Joyner Lucas is the man. He's got some great original music, some very thought-provoking music, including his song I'm Not Racist, which is amazing. I really wish some people would watch that video all the way through instead of making judgments off of the first minute or two. But yeah, he has some very thought-provoking music, but then he also has some really fire remixes as well. I mean, he is taking some people's songs and doing better with the beats than they have done, you know. So yeah, he's definitely a rapper to watch. I think it is his time right now. He's just going to continue to blow up. Binging with Babish has a pretty simple concept for his channel, but is brilliant at the same time. So what he does is he cooks dishes from TV shows and movies. Again, very simple concept, but it's just so interesting to see and so crazy to see. So normally what he'll do is he'll do a version as true as possible to whatever the dish may be, and then he might switch it up some and make it a little more palatable, because some of these dishes, of course, are very out there, you know. So again, I just love that he took such a simple concept and he ran with it, and it really is brilliant. And his channel has blown up like crazy. I've seen his subscriber count just skyrocket, and he even has a book out now. He's been making television appearances, and he deserves it. You know, this guy does a great job, and again, great personality, very funny as well. Ashens, if you have not watched Ashens, definitely worth checking out. His channel would probably, out of all the channels I'm naming, would probably be the most similar to mine, but not necessarily. I only say that because he does do some toy reviews, and I do focus on collectibles, but that's not necessarily what he's about. He basically reviews, you know, some kind of crazy meats and foods that he comes across. I'm saying meats because that's just here on the screen, but I have actually seen him try some other meat products, which I would never touch. But yeah, he does like taste tests on crazy foods, but he mainly focuses on like knockoff toys and knockoff products, and he reviews them. And this guy, he really proves that you don't have to have like a huge budget to do well on YouTube. I mean, his background is basically just a chair, you know, and that's what he like lays the items on and everything. So, and the items that he buys, like I said, they're knockoff items, so it's not like he's spending an arm and a leg to get these things. It really comes down to his personality and what he's saying. And of course, I'm sure, you know, his accent does help some as well. But yeah, Ashens is hilarious, and that's why he is successful. So here are some other random channels that I check out. I know Casey Neistat, I wouldn't really say he's a random channel, but, you know, he is probably the most well-known vlogger in the world, possibly. And I am a big fan of him, but I don't watch like every single video. I'm kind of here and there watching his videos, you know, but yeah, he does a great job with what he does. Some people try to criticize him for having help with his videos, and I'm like, who cares? I mean, as tough as it is to put videos together on YouTube, I would not blame somebody if they have the resources to get some help with it, you know. So what all that matters is that the videos turn out to be high quality, and you know, he has great personality, great advice, you know. He just seems like a cool guy all around to me. So yeah, definitely enjoy Casey Neistat. Annex is I want to say he's from the UK. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's from the UK, and he's a beat maker, basically a beat producer, and I really do enjoy his beats. I've actually used some of them within my videos. So yeah, definitely big shout out to Annex. My only sport that I really follow is MMA, and there is a YouTube channel called MMA World, which basically keeps me up to date with what's going on in mixed martial arts. And you know, they do basically previews of UFC events and outcomes of UFC events. So yeah, MMA World has been very helpful for me to keep up with the sport. Marquis Scott, who some people may know as Nonstop, and he was also part of the group Remote Control, and he's been down with Dragon House as well. Just a very talented dancer. I used to watch dance a lot on YouTube, and I used to watch shows like So You Think You Can Dance and America's Best Dance Crew. Not really into that as much as I used to be, but I'm still a fan of Marquis Scott. And something else that's cool about him is on his channel, he's gotten into doing live streams of gameplay, and he's actually into Fortnite, you know, a game that I'm very much into as well. And I think he also likes Rocket League as well, and I do look forward to getting back into that game at some point. Jenny Nicholson is just hilarious. Her channel kind of tough to describe, but I mean, she mainly focuses on movies, like the anticipation of movies, the outcome of movies. She kind of breaks things down. She does some different things on her channel, though. She's just good personality all around. Definitely worth checking out, in my opinion. The first video I saw of hers was she did a sort of a mock trailer, I guess you would say, or mock breakdown of Suicide Squad, which is probably her most popular video still, and it is a really funny video, you know, so it's definitely worth checking out. As I was wrapping up this video, I thought about you know, what some of my favorite YouTubers have in common, and there are some commonalities amongst most of them. You know, of course, hardworking, consistent. They tend to balance intellect with humor, which can be tricky at times, you know, because you don't want to just be dry and informational. You do want to try to mix in some humor, and they're very, you know, a lot of these YouTubers I've mentioned are really good at that. And then also, I feel like these people are genuinely nice, but they're not pushovers either. A good example of that is Jeremy Johns. He started up a series recently that I love. I actually thought about doing something like this on my own channel. Kind of glad I didn't, not just because he's doing it, but also because he's doing it way better than I could do it. But it's called Tales from the comment section, where he actually, you know, he pulls out some of the comments and he actually discusses them with the viewers. And I really like that. And, you know, he will call out people that criticize without much logic behind it, you know. So it's something that I've had to deal with on my channel. You know, sometimes I get criticism that doesn't quite make sense, you know. So I like that some YouTubers, it's not so much pushing back, but just kind of calling out nonsense, basically, which I think, you know, is very justified at times. Now, at this point, I definitely want you all to share down in the comments, you know, what are some of your favorite YouTube channels. Please let me know, and also let me know why they are your favorite channels. And if I'm not familiar with them, I might actually check them out. And, you know, other people may check them out as well. So please make sure you do explain why you like certain channels. But yeah, that's going to do it for now. I hope everybody enjoyed this video, and I will talk to you all again real soon.